Success is about value. Success is about value. So anything that you claim, Pastor Manasseh, I want to be successful, because again, don't forget, success is a relative term. What that means is that what success is to you at a certain stage in your life might not be what success is to me at a certain stage in my life. When you are young, success to you means, like right now you're at campus. Success for you is clearing your grades. Can I talk? You, right now, you're at campus, success to you is being the best student. It's being outstanding in your studies and just being exceptional. Why? Actually, a lot of people don't even know this. Do you know that if you can be exceptional by being a student that is outstanding, do you know that you have already cancelled and removed yourself from people who are going to have to look for a job? Do you know that there are people who look for the best? Oh my God. As long as you don't raise your value in anything, it can be in your results, it can be in your character, it can be in your personality, it can be in the way you think, the way you see things, the way you carry yourself. As long as you don't raise value, you are suffering and you're going to pay the price of poverty, of being valueless. And hear me, you can say, I have a value, I have a paper, I've graduated. That's useless. How many people have that paper? That's not value. You having a paper is not value. Let's think. I'm enjoying where tonight is going. Tell somebody, you having a paper is not value. Look at your friend and tell them, say, I also have a paper. So if you have a paper and I have a paper, no one is valuable here. Tell somebody, bring something else on the table. Are you hearing what you're hearing tonight? How many people are getting papers? Everyone is getting papers. Everyone is going to school. So if it's going to school that you are clapping over and you're thinking, oh, Tilpayunza. You know, I remember some 15 years ago when we started Wisdom 1-on-1 and would come at school, and you now talk to people wanting them to come for Wisdom 1-on-1, and they'll say, first thing, Nivakucheche. Why am I Nivakucheche? Can't you fool me? First thing, Nivakucheche. Like, second thing, Nivak free. Africans. But do you know that in my interaction with people, I would look at young guys and say, they are so crowded about being at campus, as if being at campus you are an achiever. How many people have been at campus? Where are they? What have they done? Being at campus is a plus because you are getting a skill that an average person has not gotten. But it's not much because everyone is getting that skill. Everyone is getting the skill. Everyone is getting paper. Everyone is being qualified now. So if you are going to talk about having a cutting edge or having an edge over people, you cannot talk about your paper because everyone will have a paper. Are you following me? You might have to talk about something else, your character. You might have to talk about your competence. You might have to talk about your exceptionalism. You might have to talk about how that you don't work like a robot, that you have to be given instruction. When you're given an instruction, you go beyond the instruction because you give more. You work with the extra mile theory that Jesus brought. It says when they tell you to go 1 mile, go 2 miles. Meaning anything they give you to do, always look at what's the next thing. Where is this thing going? And being able to bring it on the table. If you don't have the extra mile approach, if you don't have that mentality to go further, to do better, to go beyond what is demanded of you, you're not different from a robot. Tell somebody, increase your value. Increase your value. Now, value is being thrown about right now. Okay, you must become valuable. Okay, life is about value. Can you push it further? Tell somebody, say, you need to become valuable with value that is relevant. Tell somebody, getting a paper is getting value. Now ask the person, say, is that paper relevant What problems does it solve? What questions does it answer? So follow me. You need to move from just understanding that life is about value, I need to become valuable, to is my value relevant? Is my value needed? Is there a demand for the value that I'm getting? Because you can know, oh, as Manasseh said, success is about value. So I'm becoming valuable in this area. But imagine you are becoming valuable and all you are getting are secretarial skills, which now a phone can do. Doesn't apply. Have you seen that most of the things that people are learning right now in university, their phone is doing them? Come on, guys. I'm talking to young guys here. I don't expect you to act Asian. Are you seeing that most of the things they are learning right now, the phone is you're able to get the answer and the solution using the phone? So do you know that most of the education people are getting right now is not relevant? But imagine that's the value someone goes to say, I'm a graduate at the university. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? You are supposed to have gotten value beyond that value. That value is what they are looking for, yes, qualified person. But what value have you added to that value so that you have made that certificate, that degree, more relevant to the problems that company will face, that industry needs answers in? So it's not just about becoming valuable. Take it a step further. Can you bring value that is relevant? Can you bring value that solves problems? That's another level. Let's push it further. Value that is relevant is one thing. Can you bring value that goes beyond relevance and pushes you into significance? How do you bring value on the table that not only will impact people, but people can now live on? How do you bring value that does not just answer people's problems, but it now creates a pattern of solving more problems than they would ever think of? Meaning, tell someone, say, I need to keep increasing on how my value is used.
I need to keep increasing on how my value is used.
Practical example. Here is a person is working in the service industry. He has gotten value to know how to trade, to know how to sell. That's a value. He brings that value in the industry. Awesome. But as he's expressing that value and delivering that value, he meets a person who, what they are going through is beyond the value that he's giving by serving that person. Then he brings a higher value which brings emotional support to the person. What do I mean? Joseph is in prison. Are you following me? In prison, he's a caregiver, caretaker. He's watching over, the wardener has given him to watch over the prisoners. His responsibility is to make sure they are fed, the prison is clean, and he responds to whatever needs are in the prison. Are you following me? So he's giving value, isn't it? Come on, talk to me. He's giving value, isn't it?
Yes.
So as long as the prison is clean, as long as he feeds them, as long as he serves them and does that, if we're to look at it on the surface value, he has served and given the value, isn't it? But he is a different type of value giver. So he looks at the people he's serving, he's doing all the ordinary stuff. But one day he sees them and he finds that their faces are downcast. Now, he's not a psychologist, neither is he a physiotherapist. Are you following me? But he looks at them and he says, there's something about you today that is not the way it is. And he begins to minister to them about their faces being downcast, which has nothing to do with his description as a person who monitors food and cleaning and the running of the cell. So Joseph has just increased the value that is bringing on the table by bringing a value that is beyond his job description. Tell somebody, say, you better up your game in the school of value.
You better up your game in the school of value.
Tell somebody, say, I know you've heard about value, but there are realms that you can push your value into. So hear me, all your success will be understanding how to keep pushing that value.